Why chasing happiness often leaves us dissatisfied, and what actually makes a good life. For most of our lives, we are taught a remarkably simple formula. Work hard, achieve success, earn more money, find the right partner, buy the home you have always wanted, and happiness will eventually follow. It is a compelling idea because it offers certainty. It suggests that happiness is waiting for us somewhere in the future, just beyond the next promotion, the next achievement, or the next milestone. Yet reality tells a more complicated story. Many people spend years pursuing goals that once seemed essential to their happiness, only to discover that the feeling of satisfaction they expected either never arrives or fades far more quickly than anticipated. The promotion is celebrated, the dream holiday is enjoyed, the luxury purchase is admired, and yet, after a surprisingly short period of time, life begins to feel normal again. This phenomenon is so common that psychologists have spent decades studying it. What they discovered challenges one of the most widely accepted beliefs of modern life. Happiness is not necessarily found by continually acquiring more. In fact, the relentless pursuit of happiness can sometimes be the very thing that prevents us from experiencing it. The problem with chasing happiness. Modern society treats happiness almost as a project to be completed. Bookshops are filled with promises of a happier life. Social media offers a constant stream of advice on how to optimize our well-being. Entire industries have been built around helping people feel happier, healthier, and more fulfilled. While there is nothing wrong with self-improvement, the obsession with happiness can create an unexpected problem. When we constantly monitor whether we are happy enough, we begin evaluating our lives against an ideal that may not even exist. Researchers have repeatedly observed what has become known as the happiness paradox, the idea that actively trying to maximize happiness can sometimes make people less happy. When happiness becomes a target, people often become more aware of what they lack rather than what they already possess. The irony is difficult to ignore. The harder we chase happiness, the more elusive it can become. The arrival fallacy. One of the most powerful obstacles to happiness is something psychologists often describe as the arrival fallacy. It is the belief that life will finally feel complete once a particular goal has been reached. We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when I get the promotion. I'll be happy when I earn more money. I'll be happy when I find the perfect relationship. I'll be happy when I can finally afford the lifestyle I want. The problem is not ambition. Ambition can be a wonderful force. It drives innovation, achievement, and personal growth. The problem is postponing happiness until some future condition is met. Because when one goal is achieved, another usually takes its place. Human beings are remarkably adaptable. Research on life satisfaction consistently shows that people tend to adjust to improvements in circumstances far more quickly than they expect. What once felt extraordinary gradually becomes normal, and new desires emerge to replace old ones. This process, often referred to as hedonic adaptation, explains why more rarely feels like enough for very long. Why more is never enough. One of the great misunderstandings about happiness is the assumption that contentment and ambition cannot coexist. Many people fear that if they become satisfied with their lives, they will lose their drive to improve them. The opposite is often true. The happiest people are not necessarily those who stop striving. They are the people who learn how to strive without attaching their entire sense of well-being to the outcome. These people pursue growth while appreciating what they already have, work towards future goals without believing their current life is somehow inadequate, and understand that gratitude and ambition are not enemies. They are partners. This mindset creates a powerful shift. Instead of operating from a sense of deficiency, constantly feeling that something is missing, people begin pursuing goals from a place of abundance. Success becomes something they enjoy building rather than something they desperately need in order to feel complete. What actually makes a good life? For decades, researchers studying well-being have searched for the factors that contribute most to life satisfaction. While income, career success, and material comfort certainly play a role, they tell only part of the story. Increasingly, evidence suggests that a fulfilling life is built upon several deeper foundations. Strong relationships. Again and again, relationships emerge as one of the strongest predictors of long-term well-being. Whether it is family, friendships, community, or romantic partnerships, meaningful human connection appears to matter far more than many people realize. The happiest individuals are rarely those who have accumulated the most possessions. More often, they are the people who have invested in the relationships that give life meaning, purpose. Pleasure is enjoyable, but purpose is sustaining. Many of the most meaningful experiences in life are not always easy or comfortable. Building a business, raising children, pursuing mastery in a craft, or supporting loved ones during difficult times can all be demanding. Yet these experiences often contribute far more to long-term fulfillment than temporary pleasures ever could. Recent research continues to distinguish between happiness based on comfort and happiness rooted in meaning, suggesting that purpose remains one of the most important ingredients of a satisfying life. Growth. Human beings seem to flourish when they feel they are moving forward. Growth does not necessarily mean becoming richer or more successful. It may involve learning a new skill, developing greater self-awareness, exploring new experiences, or becoming a better partner, friend, or leader. The feeling that we are evolving often contributes more to happiness than the achievement itself. Beyond happiness, perhaps one reason so many people struggle with happiness is that happiness was never meant to carry the entire burden of a good life. Recent thinking in psychology suggests there may be multiple paths to well-being. Happiness is one. Meaning is another. Some researchers have even proposed a third dimension, a psychologically rich life filled with curiosity, adventure, learning, and perspective-changing experiences. This idea is liberating because it recognizes that a good life is not always comfortable. Some of life's most valuable experiences involve uncertainty, challenge, and even failure. They may not make us happy in the moment, but they often make our lives richer and more meaningful over time. The real secret. The people who seem happiest are rarely obsessed with happiness itself. Instead, they focus on living well. They cultivate meaningful relationships, pursue worthwhile goals, continue growing, and appreciate what they have while remaining excited about what lies ahead. They understand that happiness is not a destination waiting at the end of the road. It is often a byproduct of how we travel. The real secret may be learning to hold two ideas at the same time, to remain ambitious enough to keep moving forward while becoming grateful enough to enjoy where you are today. Because a fulfilling life is not built by choosing between contentment and aspiration. It is built by embracing both. Key takeaways. Chasing happiness directly can sometimes make people less happy. The arrival fallacy causes people to postpone happiness until future goals are achieved. Hedonic adaptation explains why achievements rarely create lasting satisfaction. Ambition and gratitude can coexist. Strong relationships remain one of the strongest predictors of well-being. Purpose, growth, and meaning often contribute more to fulfillment than pleasure alone. A good life is not about having everything. It is about appreciating what you have while continuing to grow. For more about your personal development, consider to subscribe and hit the notification bell.